The prompt that I'll be sharing in this video is actually completely universal, and I have tested it across multiple use cases that I will go through. And here you see on the screen just one example. I asked it for a YouTube channel on artificial intelligence, and with that it gave me a list of YouTube competitors that I could look out for, as well as their ranking keywords. And so this is a prompt that really got me interested into AutoGPT because it has proven to work, and I've been using it for my work, for my business, and for my YouTube channel. So without further ado, let's get started. But first, let me explain what is AutoGPT in just a single sentence. It is basically an AI tool that you give it a goal, and it does it no matter what, no matter how much time it takes, it's gonna do the goal for you, and it's just gonna give you the result. And so there are two ways you can run AutoGPT. You can either install it locally, or you can run it in a cloud, in a website. So I do recommend running it in a website for the first starters, just to make sure if it works for you, and if you want to take it a step further and do it locally, because it's kind of hassle to install it. And so there are two popular websites in which you can run AutoGPT. The first one is AutoGPT, which you just pretty much assign it any name you want. The name doesn't matter itself, and then you give it a goal. And the second one is God Mode, and this is actually my favorite one just because it gives the files at the bottom left when you finish the session. But in AutoGPT you would have to scroll through the entire history and see the green highlighted rectangles which show you the result, which is just not as convenient as just simply downloading a file and see what the contents are. Alright, so let's now get into the prompt, and I've actually posted it on my Twitter channel, and this is how it looks like. I'm building a business or project or channel about topic. Do the following. And obviously you would have to substitute the yellow rectangles with whatever you have. So the first thing is obviously research the keywords, and the second one is just finding potentially interested clients. But what I like about that is it can actually find contact details for you, and it can include it in the text document as well. And then the third is just simply a strategy that it can develop for you to grow in some time. I prefer around 2 to 3 months because it's much more short term. And the last one is primarily for the businesses or creators, just because you can't use it as a student or if you're building a project. And this is a research and suggest competitors. And with this prompt, you're actually taking control over AutoGPT, because otherwise it would create the steps itself, but it's not guided in the right direction that you want it to be. And so let us go and actually try the prompt for the first use case, which is building a business. And in here, I have put it just now into God Mode, and here it goes. I'm building an e-commerce store selling sneakers. Do the following. 1. Research SEO optimized keywords. 2. Find potentially interested clients. And 3. Suggest a strategy on how to grow in 2 months. Here I put the time. And 4. Research and suggest competitors. And so as soon as you click launch, it will give you the steps that it could take. And obviously those are good steps because we have specified them. The first one is conduct keyword search for SEO optimization. We are obviously adding that. Then identify potential customers and gather their contact information. That is just perfect. Develop a growth strategy for the next 2 months, and research and analyze competitors in the sneaker e-commerce market. Perfect. And now we click launch and the magic happens. And so I was running it for quite a while, and the way you want to do it is you have here a time icon on the bottom right hand side, and you want to press it all the time because then it automatically performs all the tasks for the next 10 minutes. And so for the first question of researching SEO optimized keywords, it actually gave me a list of websites that I could go into, and they have the popular search terms with their volume. So if I go for this word stream one, you can see in here, you have the volumes in here for the boots, sneakers, sandals, and so on. And lastly, for the keywords, it also generated a file called SEO keywords, and you can either download it in here, or you just can click on it and it's gonna open up in this little pop-up, and you can see in here, those are major keywords that it thought those are the best. And so for the second one of finding potentially interested clients and their contact details, it actually found a lot of websites that it advised me to use in order to look into my competitors. So for the third one, to suggest a strategy on how to grow in 2 months, it didn't quite use the time frame of 2 months. However, it actually quite well analyzed the strategy that Nike uses. So for example, if I go into here, I can find it that marketing strategy of Nike is to offer free expedited shipping for members on orders over $150, and they also offer customization options, and they have promotions for Mother's Day. So overall, if you go through quite a few generated, you can find a lot of strategies in here. So for the last one, to analyze the competitors, I actually got a lot of results, including just the competitor links and maybe some blogs that include other competitors like the TechCrunch website and some companies that raised 6 million in Series A and so on. And that's a wrap for the business use case. And I've also first tried it on a marketing agency that helps bring clients to body sculpting. I just made it up up fully myself from scratch, and it actually conducted very well research. I posted it on Twitter. And the second use case I tried it was for creators. So I tried it on a YouTube channel about artificial intelligence. I told it that I am doing a channel about ChatGPT and I need help researching keywords, finding competitors, and so on. I won't go too much into details, but you can see here the files at the bottom left, and as well as anything basically what is happening, it just did the exact same job. And the last use case I tried was like an employee slash other, meaning that I told it that I work at a startup and we are building an AI note-taking app, just again completely from scratch. You could possibly put it and adapt it to your use case, whatever you're doing. And I told it exactly the same things. It didn't generate any files. However, it told me a lot about other competitors, and that's actually how I found two cool websites, including Otter.ai, which it talked about, as well as Fireflies.ai. Those are pretty cool two AI note takers that are there specifically for meetings if you want to try them out. And another quick note, it also scrolled through the pricing strategies of Otter, which could be my competitor, and it told me that, for example, they offer a basic free plan, they offer Pro for $17 a month, and they offer business for $30 a month. All right, and so that's a wrap for my prompt, and now you know the equation, and now you know how to adapt it to your use case, how to substitute the placeholders that it has into actual figures that you want to use. Alright, and that's a wrap for the prompt itself, and we've talked a lot about how to actually adapt it to your use case. We've talked about how to use it for businesses, creators, employees, or other. And so now I want to actually go ahead and tell you how you can create your own killer prompts, just like this one, although it wasn't generated with ChatGPT. However, I'm going to show you a way how you could actually come up with it yourself. Alright, and here we are in ChatGPT, and you can obviously use whatever version you prefer or whatever you have. I have GPT-4 available, however, it is not a necessity because we don't need as much creativity for this one. So what you want to do is you want to give ChatGPT this prompt. If you had access to the internet and could run numerous instances of yourself, what would be the great use cases I could use you for? And here we have the 6 examples that we could use AutoGPT for, and the one I particularly like is the research one. I can help with research by gathering and analyzing data from various sources, which is perfect. So you can ask it to either make 10 more unique ones in case you're not satisfied with the ones that you've got from earlier, and then it will just give you insane things like this financial analysis because it will have access to the financial data that is posted online. And finally, when you like the prompt that it just gave you, all you have to do is you have to copy it, paste it into GPT, and at the bottom say, generate a highly descriptive prompt for ChatGPT yourself. So did a pretty good prompt that we could use if you want to do a research on COVID. However, if you don't, you can actually ask it to generate a highly descriptive prompt equation. And what's that gonna do is it's gonna make you a prompt that you can pretty much use as placeholders, and you can put anything that you want. And for example, in here you have in brackets COVID-19 vaccines efficacy data, and instead you can put something like artificial intelligence scientific papers on language models and so on. And now you know the single prompt to make single AutoGPT prompts. And that is it for this video. Obviously, if you've learned something new, you can like and subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. And on top of that, I actually included a newsletter in my description below, and I'm working on it now, and I'll be posting weekly updates with the latest AI news there is, so you can never miss out on anything. And every subscriber is also gonna get a free ebook that I'm currently working on, including the ChatGPT best prompts. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.